everybody, I'm /MVC. Welcome back to Cataclysm: The Last Generation. This is our character, Cedric Newton, the paper boy. In the last episode, we crafted some spears, and we lured some zombies into pits, and we had some battles, and we fled from some fights. And now we're seeing in the log, the oversized ant hits the zombie. The oversized ant breaks free from the zombie's grasp. No, this is not Dwarf Fortress. This is Cataclysm, where things like that also happen. I want to kill this zombie cop. And I think Cedric is going to draw some inspiration from what he saw on the phone's downloads folder. Remember the zombie necromancer from the last episode? I mean, dug through the files on his phone and there was a preview for a movie in there. Well, in the movie, or in the preview for the movie, the heroine had a battle rifle with a bayonet on the end of it, and she was using that as she drove her motorcycle. I finally realized why Cataclysm put that movie preview on that phone just for Cedric, and it's because she had a motorcycle, he has a motorcycle, he has a lance, she had a lance. Yes, let's try something. But what if we accelerate away from the zombie, then we slow down, and we wheel around like this? Now we're going to want to point ourselves at somewhat of an angle here. Now if I'm going past the zombie like so, okay, let's accelerate so he doesn't run into us. No hostile creatures within reach? No hostile creatures within reach. Okay. Let's try again. We'll make another pass. You poked the zombie cop for 10 damage. Look at that. He's bleeding. Oh, yes. Yes. Worm girl. I love you. So we've got now Cedric Newton. Yes. Cedric Newton is like a Comanche warrior. Only he is astride of an iron stallion, carrying in his hand a long wooden lance. You poke the cop for 9. Your theoretical understanding of piercing damage has increased. Listen, I read a really great book about the last king of the Comanches. And I was so inspired by reading this book. I thought I was a Comanche by the time I reached the end of that book. You know, it was just because I became so immersed in it. If you're interested in the book, I'm just going to state the title. Ooh, here we go. Ah, yes, you swing wildly and miss. Very nice, though. I'm loving it. So the Comanche were the greatest horsemen in the world, according to the author of Empire of the Southern Moon. Uh-oh, he grabbed me while I'm on the motorcycle. Ooh. Now, it says you try to break the grab, but you fail. Ah, but see, we rode away. Yes. Now, that's a big claim, because now we know that the British and the French were excellent on the horse. Remember the knights, you know? How about the knights of King Arthur's table? Those guys were phenomenal horsemen. Yes. 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 All right. Now there's one more hostile in view. What do we got back here? Okay, it's just a crawler. And I'm going to come to a stop here. So I'm going to finish my point about the Comanche. So the Comanche wore shell armor, right? Now, it wouldn't deflect today's 223 rounds or anything necessarily, but it definitely deflected the rounds at the time. So they're wearing the armor of a knight, only it's not metal. The metal armor of medieval days is actually better because it's shell armor, it's lighter, it's round, it deflects arrows and bullets. So they ride in, their lances were 14 feet long. And so here you've got a bulletproof knight coming at you with a 14-foot long lance. You don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. PR-24 baton, stun gun, tear gas sprayer. Oh, tear gas sprayer, the most important thing in the world. Heavy-duty flashlight, yes, we're going to need lots of those because I leave them everywhere. Now, the riding jacket. What? Okay, tactical gloves, ballistic vest. Concealable ballistic vest. Huh? This is new. A lightweight ballistic armor vest suitable for wearing under clothing. Its level 2 rating suggests that it should help against lower caliber pistol rounds. Huh. Okay, don't remember that from Dark Days Ahead. This will protect you from harm and withstand a lot of abuse. Okay. Interesting. Okay, then, tack vest. Carry your magazines, shells, and pistols. And this riding jacket, what's it about? A thick, heavy leather jacket used by motorcyclists, equestrians, and other road warriors. That's us. We're road warriors. It's damaged, so its protection values will be lower. It looks like the protection for the torso is bash 1 and some, cut 3 and some, ballistic 2 and some, pierce and acid, and environmental protection. Yeah, protection and coverage, see this part, are reduced by damage. And you may improve them by repairing the item. Yes, it's time to get into... It's time to get into tailoring, big time. So, I want to, let's wear a backpack real quick. You have nothing to wear. There's nothing to pick up nearby. What? What, did we unload our motorcycle? Do I have my, hell, I have a riding jacket on. Oh, okay. It may not be the same thing. Okay, so I left everything at home, apparently. I didn't expect this to be empty. That surprises me. Did everything fall out when I hit the deer? Or did I unload everything? I don't know. Did this guy have a backpack on? No. Okay. So let's just put it on then. We'll put on the... See, that's a riding jacket, and we have a riding jacket. Oh, it's not an improvement. Interesting. The zombie cop did not drop a helmet. Huh. Okay. Well, let's grab everything here, drag it this way. Like that. Then we'll use AIM, the Advanced Inventory Management System. I guess we'll take the holster, riding jacket, hiking boots, duty belt, tack vests, ballistic vest, tactical gloves. Okay, the duty belt had some tools and stuff in it, so I'm going to guess that's where the tear gas sprayer went, and the two-way radio, and the flashlight, the baton, and the stun gun. Okay, it'll hold a lot of stuff. Smash this corpse real quick. Alright, we're too far from the ant situation to see what's going on there. But, situation is this. We got an anthill north of Holly. Holly is a pretty small town. Public Works. We've seen a little bit more of it now. Pavilion, restaurant, field. I mean, there's not much here to think about. The only thing I was interested in was a hardware store, but there's a giant horde right here. It no longer shows as a horde, by the way, because the horde disperses once it enters our bubble of reality, I think. So the horde indicator will go away, and so it stops moving as a horde. But it's still a mass of zombies. Yeah. Technically, you can still call it whatever you want. Alright. Oh, by the way, you remember when we hit the deer last episode? We have a problem, Houston. The headlights, totally destroyed. So we're going to do some mechanicking, too. But let's get into tailoring. I'm very disappointed about the armor yield of that zombie cop. I thought we had just solved all of our problems. Zombie horse spotted. Okay, we've learned something. Stop driving? Yes. Look at this. Why are we always on a collision course with it? Alright, let's get turned. This thing runs fast, too. We're going 12 miles an hour. It can almost keep up. Anyway, I don't know why I got off on a tangent about my admiration for the Comanche, but it's a real interesting story. Empire of the Summer Moon. If you're looking for a good read, oh my god. Wow, what a story. A true story. And the author just really paints a picture that I was unfamiliar with, but when I was younger, I didn't get into all that cowboy and Indian stuff. I liked science fiction, I liked horror, and my dad liked westerns, and I didn't want to be like him, you know? It's weird how you do that when you're growing up. Try to differentiate yourself. I'm gonna have my own interests, by God. Alright. Oops. Go like so. Like this. Drag everything. I thought I was going to wind up spending an episode healing, but my wounds have healed phenomenally. That's fantastic. Saw a weird comment that I didn't understand online about how healing works in Cataclysm, the last generation. We're a little bit thirsty. Let's try to get some water in. So, our tailoring, I think I have a needle. One thing I was going to do is get my kit together. So, we're wearing the MP40. I need to grab the spare magazine, but first, let's put on some sort of backpack here. I don't know where I left that thing. Wear item, spare parts. That's right. Oh, I've got it. You can wear a plastic shopping bag. Oh, okay. I think I was going to wear the leather backpack. Yeah, it's got 5 items in it already, so we've got that. Now... all surrounding items on this menu are probably contained inside their containers. So I'm going to want to hit unload. And these are our worn items. I don't need to unload those per se. But if I go down here, we can probably take the ink out of the pen. I can take the butane out of the can of butane. Yeah, you could unload that into a lighter, right? So we've got 11 spare parts in the casserole pot. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, I mean, what? Let's examine that. What do we got in there? Oh, cotton sheets. We've got cotton sheets in the casserole pot, because of course we do. Welcome to Cataclysm. All right, toolbox has nothing handy. It's got ashes in it, so that's not good. Two-way radio, okay. Don't worry, we're not going to do this much. I'll probably hit pause here in a minute. I just want to take a look. So we've got a first aid kit, canvas sack, right. Yeah, here is what we're getting to. Yeah, the hiking backpack is what I was more concerned about, and it's got hammering, food cooking quality. It's got a book in it, rehydration drinks. There's the leather vest is inside of it. All right, so I'm going to organize things around this room so we can get ready to be productive. I'm going to take a pause because I want to be able to think about what I'm doing without concern. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Back with more broken promises. First, I adjusted my audio a little bit. I hope it sounds better. That microphone was really screwed up. What I had to do is, I've got my air conditioner running now, and I've got a boom arm now. I got my microphone closer to me to try to... So now I'm trying to balance everything back out. It hasn't been going very good so far, but yeah, hopefully it sounds a little bit better than it did at the beginning of the episode. The other thing is, I said I was going to sort all this stuff off camera, but I tell you what, there's been quite a few new folks coming onto the channel since I released some of these shorts and stuff. Apparently those are really popular. So just in case you've never done this, you know, you may want to know how to do it. If you're deeply familiar with Cataclysm, then you might want to skip the next 5 minutes, but we're just going to do this in 5 minutes. It's going to be no problem. The thing is, so I want to sort all of this stuff onto my shelves. This has been something I'm getting around to. So the easy way to do that is hit capital Y, and I'm going to add a sort zone. But before I do that, I find it helpful to do this. Just hit backslash to turn on auto haul. We can enable auto haul right here. That'll haul everything. I'm going to grab everything in the room and stick it right over there. And I'm going to grab everything off the table too, I think. Let's auto haul here. I don't know what all we have there, but it's probably a bunch of stuff. I just hit double backslash and it turns it off. Okay, so everything's in a pile. The reason I do that is I look at the pile and I get categories over here. If you're not getting categories, that's because I think it's, what is it, capital S? No, it's not. Let's try that again. It's, I think, semicolon. Yeah, there we go. Semicolon sorts it by where it's sitting, and if you hit semicolon again, it sorts it by category. So that's a really helpful thing to have, I think. I don't see a tooltip about that here. Actually, yeah, no, it's in the bottom right-hand corner, categories. So once I've got these categories up here, that helps clear my mind as far as what zones I want to add. And I just start from the top. So if we want a weapon category, and I'll just put that right there, right? So I'm going to hit capital Y. I'm going to hit A for add. And then I'm going to go to weapons, which is right here. I always rename it because I see no reason for the word loot to be in there. So I just type weapons under the zone name. And I type enter here, enter again. That puts that point right there. And we have a weapon category, right? And then what I do is hit escape and then save those changes. So weapons go there now. If I look over here, they haven't been sorted yet. And the reason is you hit capital O. Compatible zones. Oh. Okay, so we've created a weapon zone, but we haven't created an unsorted zone, right? So you want an area where you can drop your stuff, and it will get sorted out onto the shelves. So I'm going to hit capital Y, A to add, and then we'll put an unsorted zone in here. So where is that? That's right here, unsorted. I'm going to rename it just because I'm weird, so let's make it that, okay? Then I'll just do the whole floor space here. That way I can drop things anywhere, and it'll work. So then I'll save that change. Now when I hit capital O, okay, sort out my loot. This is static zones only. We'll get into personal zones later. Sort out my loot, static zones. Now all the weapons went over here. And if I check my pile, if I check my pile, there's weapons in the unsorted zone. Now I think this really confused me, but I understand why this is happening now. And the reason is because the baton and the stun gun are in something else. Specifically, they are in the police duty belt. Okay, so it's not removing things from the police duty belt to put them on the shelf. That kind of annoys me. So what I want to do is I'm going to hit capital Y again. I'm going to hit A to add, and I'm going to add a unload everything zone. Okay. Now we're going to detach pouches. We're gonna detach mods from weapons. No, let's not do that. Should we avoid unloading stacks, not charges, greater than a certain amount defined in next window? That's new. That's not in Dark Days Ahead. I'm glad I did this now. Okay, great. So avoid unloading item stacks greater than a certain amount. Huh. Yeah, no, I guess. Always unload, even if the container has a valid sorting location. This is what it's asking me. It's like, so let's say if I have a zone for that police duty belt, then it wouldn't unload because it would keep the thing with the thing that has a valid sorting zone, right? It's kind of hard to understand, but it's fine. Always unload, yes. Okay. What is the zone name? Unload all. Oh. Okay, select the first point. We'll just unload all in the sort zone, right? Save those changes. Now, when I sort out my loot, those weapons should have moved. Okay, now it unloaded everything also. Okay, let's look over here. We've got a pile of powder there, unfortunately, but hopefully we can put the powder, whatever that is, back in a container. Okay, the water is still in the containers, so that's good. I wonder what that powder icon is right there. But anyway, we'll find out. Now, if we look over in the weapon area, those weapons unloaded. The baton and the stun gun are now outside of the pouch just by hitting sort. We didn't have to say unload because we're going to unload everything by default. So I think that's going to take batteries out and all this stuff. So anyway, I'm going to look over here for my next thing. So we need a tool shelf, right? Got a lot of tools. We got a lot of food. So we'll do those two next. I hit capital Y, add, and we'll add a tool zone here. Yeah. Okay. Tools. Great. Select the first point. I'll just put them on this shelf right here. Now, the only problem I'm going to have here is I've already got stuff on those shelves. So let me abort real quick. Let's move everything from all surrounding squares to over here. Okay, that will have unloaded those shelves, and I might as well unload these shelves too. What'd that say? There isn't enough room. Huh. Okay, so we've got stuff over here that's not going to fit on the floor. Ah, I see. That's because we've got 4 mattresses over here. Yeah, we don't need those to be over there. Let's do this. Now what I've done is I've stacked everything up in one location. Okay, so now we need a tool zone, so I'm going to add a tool zone. We'll put tools right there. Then I just hit capital O and sort them again. That gets the tools out of the stack. Okay, fantastic. We got ammo, not much. May put that with the weapons. And these tools didn't come out, so it didn't unload matches from the matchbook, interestingly enough. I'm just going to grab those matches. There we go. And I may just grab the ammo too. The reason I'm doing that is because just to clarify my sorting process. So now we need a food zone, obviously. So capital Y, A. Now, food's a funny one, and somebody has told me some things that confuse me about food. That allegedly, if you've only got one food zone, that food and drink go to that zone. Let's try that. So let's go. What if we just make a food zone? Yeah, I'm regretting my decisions now because I'm thinking, well, maybe food should have gone beside here so that we could just eat, right? By sitting while we're sitting here. Let's just get it done. So there's a food zone here. I'm going to sort everything. Now let's see. Okay, you sorted every item possible. And indeed, that is what happened. Okay, great. That clarifies a lot. I don't know who left that comment, but I praise you and I thank you because look here. We've got the food and drinks, and that's perishable food and drinks. So here's one of the most, confusing things. Let's go to add a zone. Let's look at food and drink. Now, if you look down here, it says food here, and then it says drink here, and then there's should be two more categories. Yeah, perishable food and perishable drink, which are all does include perishable drinks if such a zone is not specified. I never read that, but that's what the comment said. So if all I do is specify a food zone, and that zone only specifies food, let's look here, right there. Yeah. Okay, if I don't specify perishable food, perishable drink, and all that stuff, then everything goes there. That's great. So just do the one zone, probably. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's look at what else we got. We need a drug category, right? And a manuals and books. Yeah, I don't think we'll have books. We'll just drag them off somewhere else. And tool magazines should probably go with tools. Tool magazines is batteries. Okay, great. Currency, vehicle parts. We definitely need an other category and a spare parts category. Those are pretty important, in my opinion. And then we've got a containers category now because we unload everything, right? And then clothing. Okay. So see, I get lost if I look too much. So let's do drugs. I usually put drugs with foods because I don't have so many sorting, places. So let's do drugs. Right there. And then after drugs, we'll do manuals. So I'm going to put manuals on the short shelf over here because that will help me remember where it is. What's the difference between a book and a manual? Well, a manual actually teaches you something. Okay? We'll put manuals right there. And whereas a book is something you read for pleasure. So I'm not going to have a sort zone for regular books. We'll just have manuals in here. And then tool magazines should go with, I don't know. I almost think those should go with spare parts or something, but we'll put them with tools since they have the word tool in them. Tool magazines, here you go. Whoops. No, not strip corpses, although that one's handy to have. Manuals, right here. And for some reason, martial arts manuals is a separate category. Okay. Oh, I just messed up. So if you mess up, here's what you do. So there's my manuals. Here's the one I don't want to have. I ought to be able to remove that by hitting R. There we go. R, there we go. Because I got confused somehow. We want tool magazines. There. Which I'm going to call batteries. Yeah. Great. So now we've sorted drugs, manuals, and tool magazines. We don't need one for currency. I'm going to put that in my pocket. Vehicle parts I'm going to put outside, so I don't need one in here. So that really just leaves other and spare parts I want to have for sure. So we'll add other. Spare parts. Capital O. We'll start sorting. Great. What's that leave? Books, currency, vehicle parts, fuel, chemical stuff. Let's leave it there for now. And containers. Be nice to have a sort zone for containers. I've got an empty shelf right there. So let's add a sort zone for containers. Okay, great. What's left? Chemical stuff, clothing, right. Now, clothing I'm probably going to put over there on my workbench. So I've got some space on my workbench for stuff. Since we're going to be working on tailoring, I may just sort all the clothing over there, like in this corner here, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Add clothing. We'll just put it right there. Cool. Now we're down to armor, chemical stuff. I'm not going to sort that stuff out right now. This is sufficient to keep my stuff organized in such a way. So if I need a container, I can come over here and grab one. And then let's say over here I want to put some things in a container. I can do that myself. This is going to avoid some of the, you know, ashes going into your casserole pot kind of problems that we tend to have. All right, so now we've decided we've got the leather backpack. Is it in good shape? Okay, everything on us is in good shape except the slacks. I wanted to try to repair those. So, I don't know. We should have access to everything in the room. So, you have tool access. I think it's 6 squares away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is our crafting range. About, roughly. But then if you want to have access to something on the other side of the door, it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. You might have access to stuff this far away, which is why we have access to our fire as a crafting spot this far away. See? So anyway, let's apply our needle. Yes, okay, so that's a tool. It may be over here. There we go. Let's apply the... Okay, we need to reload the needle, because the thread probably came out of it. You have nothing to reload it with. That may be because thread came over here. Let's look at all surrounding squares. Yeah, there's thread over here. And that's okay. It's not a container. It's over here. I'm just going to reload my needle. Now, my needle's not going to get unloaded if I don't drop it on the floor, right? So the thread is inside my riding jacket, right? You reload it. Okay, let's now... our clothing's over here, so let's apply the needle. Huh? Apply needle. Oh, so when we reloaded it, it didn't pick it up? Is that the case? Let's look in our inventory here. Okay, there's a wooden needle with 12 thread. That's odd. We reloaded it with hundreds of thread, right? Do we have thread in our inventory? Yeah, we do. Let's try reloading the needle again. You reload the needle. 12 of 200. It only reloaded it with 100 of that. That's very strange. Okay. Anyway, let's apply the needle. I want to repair the slacks. Now, what's my chance to fail here? Damage chance is low, success chance is high. I have done repeat until fully repaired. If you get really unlucky, you destroy it before you realize what's happened. But I think in this case, we're safe to do this. Okay, that should be done now. I think, you know, it goes by too fast, but... Can we repair the boxer shorts? It says you repair your slacks completely. Okay, great. The boxer shorts I'm going to do until fully repaired. Your needle ran out of charges. Yeah, okay. Reloaded the needle. Do I need to reload it more than once? It won't let me reload it again. Okay, let's apply it again. Alright, now it's got 200 thread on it. This is weird behavior. Anyway, we'll try to repair these boxer shorts. I think that was a success. Now, on the hiking backpack, for example, or the leather riding jacket, we've got pretty good chances here. Yeah, it's not bad. So we'll start with the hiking. Oh, okay. So now we need leather materials. Okay, because the hiking backpack, it says materials available none. Let's examine that and see what it's made out of, right? So it's made out of leather. It's materials. It says location, origin, material. Leather. So, where do we get leather? Well, we've probably got a lot of leather. Actually, we've got leather pants, but I want to wear those. I want to refit them, actually. And we've got this spare leather riding jacket. Since we already have one, we could probably take that apart. So let's disassemble. Oh, okay. I need an awl to disassemble things made out of leather. Now we get into the question. Do we have bones to make an awl? Let's find out. Search for awl. Okay, a bone awl. Yes, I have bones. Thank you, God. Because, oh, you could use a screwdriver for that, and I have 3 of them. I don't need 3 screwdrivers. So let's make the steel variety. It takes longer to do. It does have a failure chance. Well, let's give it a go. Okay, we made a steel awl. Now can I disassemble? Yes, I can. I can disassemble the other riding jacket. Now when I disassemble it, I think the sheets that come out of it are going to be filthy because it's filthy, right? So we may want to wash that first. Yeah, let's try that. I think I've got soap. Let's look. Yes. Okay, we've got soap and it's in the unsorted stack there. So, see if I've got a washboard. Okay, I don't think we've crafted a washboard yet. We're going to need that. Boom. Okay, we've got the washboard. Now, if I apply the washboard to wash soft items, does that include the riding jacket? Yes. Oops. Try that. Okay, great. You washed your items. Now I'm going to disassemble that leather riding jacket. It's no longer filthy, but it's still, it's just going to be a source of leather because we've already got one on, right? So we'll get 7 leather sheets by disassembling that. It'll take 45 minutes. Okay, you recovered 2 leather sheets. You failed to recover plastic zippers and 5 leather sheets. We destroyed most of it because of a low tailoring, presumably. That's what it is. Although wearing gloves doesn't help. So if we take off our gloves, we need to do that. That'll help us. But anyway, so we've got these leather sheets. I think we're going to have to cut those up too. If I apply my needle now. Yeah, I still don't have things for leather things. So let's disassemble those leather sheets. Here we go. That'll give us leather patches. There we go. Now I should be able to apply my needle and then go to these. Yeah, okay, now. I was going to repair the hiking backpack, I think it was. Yeah. You need 8 patches for that? Oh, no. Material available, 8 patches. Is that what I want to do? Let's see. I want to refit these pants. Let's try this. Can we, oh, success chance 0. Damage chance 3%. I'm not skilled enough. This is one reason we're doing some of this, is get that skill up. So if I try to repair the hiking backpack, I've got a much better success chance, and it's a leather item. So let's attempt to repair until fully repaired. All right, that was a success. Hiking boots, let's try to repair those. Now, there's about a 50-50 chance we're going to destroy these. But it'll be good practice, right? What kind of shoes are we wearing? Knee-high boots. Boots with a cuff that extends up to the knee. The heels are sensibly low, but they don't look terribly suited to running away from monsters during the end of the world. But they give presumably great protection, right? If they were fully prepared, they would give better protection? What is the 121 bash protection number there? That doesn't look right. It says bash 21 121. Possible. Impossible. I mean, they're okay, whatever. work on these boxer shorts just for practice here. Let's, Are these poor fit? Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, let's attempt until success, failure, level up. You fully repair them? Okay, let's try it. Let's refit them. Huh? Okay, so refitting is not an option for some reason. Why is this? You don't have enough clean cotton patches to do that. Allegedly. Okay, let's get some cotton patches going then. We don't have any over here? Okay, so we want to get cotton patches. Let's go to our disassemble menu here. We can get cotton sheets from a pillowcase. Now, cotton scrap is not cotton, whatever we're looking for. So, let's disassemble the cotton sheet. It's funny how you go blind when there's too much on the... Let's just do this. There we go. Let's disassemble one of those sheets. That'll give us some more cotton patches. Let's do that again, actually. We're going to need some more of these. Yeah, there we go. Now we got cotton patches to work with. I should be able to refit these now. There we go. It says fully repaired, but they're not fully refit yet. Still not. There, that should have done it. You cannot improve them any further. You take your star-spangled boxer shorts poor fit in, improving the fit. Excellent. Okay. Now, can we refit the tactical pants? These are pretty neat. I'm just working my way up to the leather pants, to be honest. And actually, we've gained 0.2% success chance on that. So there you go. I just work on what I can, you know, work on. We can also reinforce stuff. So, like, probably not the leggings. But, like, these cargo pants here, let's see if I can reinforce them. Refitted, refit. Okay, I don't see reinforce here, so... No. Let's try the tactical pants refitting. Okay, you repair them completely, it says. Let's try repeat until refitted. Okay, there we go. I think we succeeded. Now we've got a pretty good chance with the police duty belt, which uses leather. Let's keep on the refitting train, though. We can refit these socks. And then we can repair them. Great. Oh, here we go. Back to item selection. That's the way to do this. What's wrong with these socks? They're on my menu for some reason. Pair of socks. They look to be fully whatever. Let's do until your needle ran out of charges. Okay, let's reload the needle. Great. Alright, we're gaining skill. The kilt. We can refit the kilt? No, we can't, because it's made out of something we don't have. Wool. We don't have wool. Alright, fine. Rollerblades, leather gloves we're likely to destroy. Those would be nice to be wearing, though. We still don't have a good enough success chance to mess with these pants, I would think. The hiking backpack, could be washed. Think. And then we could use it, but I like the leather backpack for some reason, even though the hiking backpack is actually better, right? But anyway, we could refit these cargo pants. Repeat until refitted. Dust mask we can refit. Alright. Still not a great chance over here, so... The poor fit leather gloves, I'm afraid to destroy. So there you go. Do we have another tailoring book here? No, we don't. Yeah, we do. Here, let's read the tailoring book. I don't know if you don't enjoy tailoring. I'm sad for you because I love this part of the game. I really do. And it's very useful. It's too dark to read. Ah, how delightful it would be to kill something. We're very thirsty now. Great. We're also probably a little hungry. Now, where did we move our food? It's over here. Here we go. We've got 2 days left on the lunch meat. Well, we'll just eat the lunch meat tomorrow. For now, I think I'll, Insta salad is not sealed. It's only got 5 days, whereas I've got a week on the cracklins. What's the calorie value? Pretty good. We'll just eat that. And, yeah, we're too full. Alright, great. That was a productive day, I think. Yeah, that was good. I enjoy the tailoring thing. I think it's the system works well. It makes sense. The skills, you know, work well and make sense, in my opinion. So I like working with that system. But, you know, if you're asking yourself, why should I get my tailoring skill up? It's pretty simple. You know, you're going to find all this armor that doesn't fit right. If you got high tailoring skill, it ain't no problem. And you can maintain your clothing because your armor deteriorates, the protection values go down. I don't see reinforce on the lists, and that used to be there. But I think reinforce was in 0 G, and it's not in H. Or, evidently, the last generation. So we woke up, we need to have a little breakfast here. I'm going to try to cook with the lunch meat. So that's why I'm piling on those. Let's wait until we've actually got daylight here. You'd like to hear the last breath of something living. I want to finish reading the tailoring book. Probably should have done this before I started, but we got some of that practical experience, so it's all good. Alright, our theoretical tailoring is better. Those cracklings were a real boon, weren't they? Now that we've got a little bit better theory, I'm going to apply the needle again. What can we do now? What's our chances? They really didn't improve much, but I think that's because our understanding is only theoretical. Let's try to repair the police duty belt. There's a 50-50 chance of destroying it, to be honest, but I think it's worth the experience. So let's just do that. It may get destroyed. It says you damage it. Right. But our success chance went down. How did that happen? I think our success chance went... Oh, because it's more damaged. It will be more difficult. Yes, this is the failure spiral of tailoring. We had about a 50-50 chance. Now the odds have gone down as we damage it. However, what are we going to do with it? Well, I guess we're going to disassemble the police duty belt. We should wash it first, and that may give us some leather patches to work with, right? So I'm going to apply the washboard. Okay, the police duty belt is a hard item and not a soft item, so I think we're going to have to make a washing kit, actually. Yeah, the washing kit. This is for harder items. It's just adding a cotton patch to our washboard. Okay. Now we should be able to apply that to do the police duty belt, because you need 16 charges of water. Ah, yes. Where were we getting water? I meant to fill our bathtub with water. I didn't get around to it. I think we've got water in the commode over there. Under containers, we may have some kind of jerry can. Really? That's hard to believe. Well, we can put water in a balloon. Ah, gallon jug. Perfect. We can examine the toilet. Pour the toilet water into a gallon jug. And I don't think we need clean water for washing things. So if I apply the washing kit now... Huh? You need 16 charges of water or clean water. $15 charges went into the gallon jug. Well, what else do we have here? I'm really annoyed. I thought I had a entire collection of jerry cans by now. There's one steel jerry can here, so let me drop my weapon over here and wield that empty jerry can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on my jerry can collection for sure. Examine the toilet, pour it into a container, the jerry can. Is there more than one toilet in this place? I think there's only one. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at the map and go really tank up on the water. One of my plans was to go in here and fill this bathtub with water and then take out this wall right here so that we've got access to the fresh water at all times. I think we'll have to get on that mission in the next episode. We should have enough water now to apply the washing kit to the police duty belt. There we go. I've washed it. Now I want to disassemble the police duty belt. Better to recover a buckle, 2 scrap metal, and 3 leather patches than to just destroy it. You know? I also think that does work your tailoring skill some. Okay, I'm going to try to repair the hiking boots. I've got a higher chance of success than failure. You damaged them. Dang it! We're not doing too good here. That's okay. We could try to do some crafts, actually, if we go to armor. Ankle sheath. This could increase our skilled leatherworking skill. And, yeah, how long does it take to make one of these? 9 hours, yeah. A small concealed knife sheath. It's awkward to use without practice. I mean, that'd be pretty neat to have either way, right? You make the boonie hat. Helps keep the sun out of your eyes. We can remove the fingers from our leather gloves. This is an actual sheath. I like this one better. Although, the ankle sheath will not interfere with our torso at all. So, let's do this. Let's make the ankle sheath. It's got, what's the requirement here? We're going to use some of our leather patches, sinew, and the buckle. The buckle. That's why we're able to do it, because we got the buckle off the other thing. Let's make one. This will be great for our tailoring skill, I think. Your practical skill in tailoring has increased to 3. There we go. That'll help. I like how this character's always thinking about steel blades. What? You're not thinking about long wooden lances, my Comanche friend? So now that we've crafted the ankle sheath, first of all, let's wear that thing. Yeah, we got an ankle sheath. We ought to be... Oh my god, you can see it on his leg even. That's fantastic. We've got knives and stuff. Let's apply the ankle sheath. What can we insert? We can put a paring knife or a steak knife in there. Alright, put the steak knife in the ankle sheath. Yeah, now we're tough. Alright, if I apply the needle now... Oh yeah, our success chances have greatly improved. Look at this. We've got a no-fail chance to do whatever to the hiking backpack that's fully repaired. Okay, I want to try to refit my leather gloves now. And that was a success. Yes, okay. Now the leather pants. I feel confident we can do this now. We've got a higher success chance than damage chance. That doesn't mean this is going to work. I believe it worked because we went straight to blank. How about the vest? Can we do this? It still says poor fit, and that would be because we ran out of leather materials. That's okay. We got that gosh dang leather pants done, so let's take off our current pants. These are the slacks. Yes. Take off those. Where... There they are. There we go. Now we've got leather pants on. Fantastic. We need to disassemble something else for leather. So what are we going to take apart? I want to wear the vest, so... Okay, this is a filthy holster. Always nice to have a holster, honestly. Oh wait, we can take apart the leather sheet. Yes. Oh, we're very thirsty now. We need to... We've got water purification tablets. Let's use those on the gallon jug of water. Now, I don't know if that works right away. Yeah, it's clean water. Okay, let's drink some water. Great. We have the leather patches that we need, so let's work on this vest. I believe it worked. Yep. Your torso is very hampered. Well, we've got something interfering. Oh no, is it the riding jacket? Really? This is probably better. Wearing multiple items of outer clothing. Vest is outer clothing, really. I always think of a vest as being inner clothing. But, so, okay, the coverage on that's 95. The coverage... I don't know. Actually, what if we move this inside? No, that doesn't help. Okay. So, we didn't need the vest. Let's take it off. Although the torso is still very encumbered because we're wearing the gun and the backpack at the same time, right? Let's take the gun off. Let's see how bad it is. Still 34. So I guess this leather... Okay, let's check our arrangement here. Sweatshirt. Is that inner? Innermost. Sweatshirt is innermost. Then outside that is the riding jacket. That's kind of weird. But anyway, binoculars, apron, and backpack. I see no reason our torso should be that encumbered. Just because we've got the leather backpack on over the I don't know, the riding jacket, you know, whatever. That's kind of disappointing. What, you know, it was if we drop the backpack, then what's it like? So we're probably going to be dropping that for combat, right? We drop the backpack, then check. Yeah, 18. It's not great. Oh well. Here's a question. Can I put the gun in the leather backpack? I'm going to wield my spear. No, I can't store that in that backpack. So we may have to switch to the hiking backpack. That's the meta, right? For that, we will need to go get some more water and wash the hiking backpack and do whatever we need to do to that. But anyway, today we killed the cop, we got some armor, we learned some tailoring, we refitted some stuff, we made some progress, and we're about out of time for this episode. So with that, I'm going to say I do hope that you have enjoyed this episode as much as I have, because I had a blast. And I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, take care.